Today you are going to hear stories. Stories of individuals, of families, of congregations, and agencies.
The stories of Little Lambs Compassionate Ministry Center.
This is our community. These are our neighbors, our co-workers, our families.
We are all in this journey of life together. We are a community because these stories create our story.
This is my story. This is your story.
Esta es mi historia, esta es tu historia.
Idi nakada.
It's not a story that is defined by news reports.
Our story is one of hope.
Hope sees beyond what has been reported.
Hope sees through the statistics.
Hope crosses over the lines that have been drawn.
Our story is of a community without margins.
Our community is rich in history and innovation. Flint was a pioneer on many of the biggest movements in our country. Whether through the automotive industry, workers' rights, or community schools, Flint was the example our country looked to in many facets of life. More recently, and unfortunately, what draws attention to Flint is not always good news. We can focus on these things, but what we see here in this community is something different. We see hope. For too long, we have been a divided community. We have let our zip codes, neighborhoods, and our history separate us. There are tangible things that we can do, both collectively and individually, to help eradicate such margins. When we are free of margins, a community will thrive and its families will flourish. But a family in crisis cannot flourish. As parents, the peace that comes with knowing our children are safe is priceless. The safety of our children is paramount to the overall health of any community. The state of Michigan has a higher than average infant mortality rate, and a major contributor is sleep-related infant deaths. In Michigan, from 2010 to 2015, there were 871 sleep-related deaths of infants. 5 years, nearly 1,000 infants lost due to an unsafe sleeping environment. In 2017 alone, Genesee County had 37 sleep-related infant deaths. That is more than an entire kindergarten class. Genesee County is also in the top 5 counties of the state with the most vehicle accidents causing death or injury involving minors who were or improperly restrained. In both of these cases, education is a big part of the solution, but more often than not, education is not enough. If a parent doesn't have the resources to provide what is necessary to ensure a safe sleep environment or proper vehicle restraints for their children, knowing what they should do isn't going to help them get it done. As parents, the inability to provide what is needed for our children is one of the most overwhelming and hopeless situations we can experience. There is much more to our story. Remember, our story is one of hope. This hope comes in many forms. When we show up, when we walk alongside of those in crisis, when barrier-free resources are provided, such as a safe place for a child to sleep or a new car seat and installation. Join me and listen to those who share and see if you can find your place in our story. We are not in this alone, and we are so much better together.